Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about something a little unconventional. What if the real secret to landing a high paying, flexible, remote job isn't to chase some cool, flashy title, but to pick a job that's, well, kind of boring?
I know, it's a wild question, right? All you ever see online are these super glamorous, follow your passion kinds of careers. But what if that's all just noise? The sources we're diving into today suggest we might be looking in completely the wrong places.
And here's the thing all those cool remote jobs everyone talks about, they are absolutely swamped with applicants. It's an oversaturated market. But at the same time, there's this whole other universe of so called boring jobs that are always hiring. Why? Because nobody's even looking at them. So, to find these hidden gems, we're going to do something fun. Today, we're holding a boring job showdown. We've picked 4 of the most promising, overlooked remote jobs, and we're going to pit them against each other to see which one really is the best, based on a few key rules. Okay, every showdown needs rules, right? Here are ours. We're scoring each job from 1 to 10 across 5 categories that actually matter. First, earning potential. How much money can you really make? Then, beginner friendliness. How easy is it to get your foot in the door? Growth potential. Where can this job take you in the future? AI survival. Is a robot going to steal your job? And finally, freedom. How much control do you have over your time and where you work? All right. The stage is set. The rules are clear. Let's meet our contenders and let the games begin. First up in the ring, we have the short-form content planner. And listen, if you're already spending hours scrolling through TikTok or Reels, you might as well get paid for it, right? Now get this, you're not the one making or editing the videos. Nope, you're the brains of the operation. You're the one who spots the trends and tells the creative team what to do. It's all strategy. And would you look at these scores? A 9 out of 10 for being beginner-friendly? That is fantastic, because it means you don't need to be some video editing wizard. And a 9.5 for freedom is huge. As long as you're getting results, no one cares if you're working from your couch or a beach in Bali. The growth and AI survival scores are pretty solid too. Okay, but what about the money? You can realistically start out at around $48,000 a year. But here's the kicker. Once you prove your strategies actually work, you can start asking for performance bonuses. And that's how you blow right past the 6-figure mark. A very, very strong start from our first contender. Let's bring on contender number 2, the customer service coordinator. You know when you're on a website wrestling with a chatbot and you're just typing, "Let me talk to a human," over and over? Well, you get to be that human. Your job is to manage the AI bots and then jump in when things get too complex or a customer just really needs that human touch. And here's this job's superpower, a perfect 10 out of 10 for growth potential. So why so high? Well, think about it. Every company on the planet needs customer service, but not all of them can afford a massive call center. You, as one person managing a team of bots, are the perfect, cost-effective solution. So, the paycheck. The sources give a pretty conservative starting number, around 65 grand a year. But, and this is a big but, depending on the company, experienced coordinators can pull in up to a jaw-dropping $220,000. Wow. Okay, this job has just taken a serious lead. Our third contender is the remote tech specialist. And let me tell you, if you are the designated tech support for your family, the person who fixes the Wi-Fi or shows your parents how to use their phone, you are basically already qualified. Seriously, this job is all about helping small businesses that are totally intimidated by technology. You help them set up simple, modern systems. Now, the real story here is how future-proof this role is. It scores a massive 9.5 for growth and a 9 for AI survival. And that just makes sense, doesn't it? Small businesses have to modernize or they get left behind. And sure, AI can provide the tools, but it can't sit down with a local business owner and figure out their specific needs. That takes a human. For a job where you don't need a fancy degree, just some tech confidence and a bit of patience, starting around $60,000 a year is pretty darn solid. This contender is holding its own, but things are about to get really, really interesting. Okay, so we've seen 3 strong contenders, but get ready, because a true dark horse is about to enter the ring, and it's going to completely shake up everything we've seen so far. You might want to brace yourself for this one. The source material puts it, well, pretty bluntly. It might sound grim, but it points to a cold, hard fact of life and an industry that has undeniable permanent demand. And that brings us to our most unconventional contender yet. Meet the funeral sales specialist. I know what you're thinking, but hang on.
this job is not what it seems. It's really about giving people peace of mind. You're helping families pre-plan for the future so you can ease the financial and emotional burden on their loved ones later on. It's a role that requires a ton of empathy.
And just look at these scores. A perfect 10 for AI survival. I mean, can you imagine an AI trying to comfort a grieving person with genuine human empathy? No way. Not happening. The growth potential is also near perfect. Its only real weak spot is freedom because, yeah, the emotional side of the job can be heavy.
But here comes the knockout punch. A starting salary of around $75,000 a year. That is the highest starting pay of any job we've looked at right out of the gate. And top performers, they easily clear over $100,000. This surprising contender has just stormed to the top of the leaderboard.
We've seen all 4 contenders. They've been scored, they've been ranked, and we've compared them. Now, it's time for the final verdict. It's time to choose the champion of our boring job showdown. Here it is, the final leaderboard. You can see that every job has its own strengths, right? The short-form planner is the winner for beginner friendliness and freedom. The customer service coordinator has absolutely unbeatable growth potential. And our dark horse, the funeral sales specialist, takes the crown for both earning potential and for being completely AI-proof. So, who's the winner? Well, here's the final twist. There isn't one. The best job isn't about getting the highest score overall. It's about which scores matter the most to you. If you value freedom above all else, the content planner is your champion. If you're playing the long game for growth, it's the service coordinator. The right choice is totally personal. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. What's more important to you? A cool job title you can tell people at parties? Or the stability, the high pay, and the actual freedom that one of these so-called boring jobs could give you? The answer might just change your next career move. Thanks for watching.